2, 1. And we're there. Let's get going live on the old TikTok. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Conversational Romance, the prime time edition. We're going to go live over here on TikTok also. We're doing a little test, and I believe if you head on over to J4, or I don't know, we'll get the information up here in a minute, but we should be live over on the good old YouTube simulcast, I think. So, Romance 523, here we go. Getting on live on the old TikTok. Yeah, Trip has been exercised today, but he is not having the best of days. Not the best days, but we'll get into that here in a minute. We're going to do this almost like we have a plan tonight. So, apparently if you go to YouTube and you push in at Jeff Johnson 6269, you'll see the live on YouTube. If you can't, you can also, we'll be throwing up from time to time over here on the old TikTok, we'll be throwing up a live link to get into the actual software where you can talk and call in. Yeah, just a lot of features. Hey, Amy, how you doing? Thanks for joining us this evening, lady. It was so nice to start my day with you. Now we get to end it, too. Fans there. We're going to start talking. I say, let them talk. Could be worse, right? So welcome, everybody, to the, hey, Patrice, to the primetime edition of Conversational Romance, coming to you live from the Conversational Romance Studios, a.k.a. my living room, in Sayre, Oklahoma. We are situated right downtown Sayre, Oklahoma, across the street from the only grocery store within 20 miles. So, are we plugged into what happens in the world? Yeah, we know what everybody drives, we know what everybody eats, and we know who everybody talks to. Yeah, we see it all here on the Route 66 in Sayre, Oklahoma. But I'll tell you what, it looks like we've actually hit some kind of fall. Right? Remember, you can't do links, I don't think, here, so you can type it in like all kind of weird. But we have issues. I think we've hit fall. Right now, it's like 61 degrees outside, on our way down to a low of 51 tonight. Which means, hey, Trip, are we going to cuddle tonight, buddy? Hey, buddy, how you doing, man? Did you come to say hi? Come here, buddy. Hey, buddy, what do you think? You're not going to say hi, are you? You didn't come up? No. So, I did mention that Trip is not having the best of days. And he's not having the best of days because, he's got a new bark collar on. He's got this habit now, when I leave the house, he wants to bark constantly. And he wants to bark outside all the time, and he wants to bark when he's in the RV all the time. So he has a little bark collar. He just tried to bark at and eat a guy on a bicycle, so he's not having the best of evenings. Sorry, Trip. Sorry. So, what are we going to talk about, man? You can't do links, Shirley. You can't do it like that. You're just putting up blanks. Sorry for the confusion, everybody. We'll get that all worked out, right? We'll get that all worked out. Well, it's like it's my first day. It might as well be, right? So, how you doing, everybody? Don't worry about the links. We'll figure it out. They'll figure it out later. Trip, it's okay, buddy. No. Get out of here. You have to get back. Get out. Go on. Go. That's a good boy. Yeah. All right. Sorry about that. So, I have no idea where you're at if you're listening to me here on live or on the TikTok podcast, but I know on October 5th, across the nation, it looks like a banner day. I mean, if you're on the left coast, you're perfect, right? And you're in the, get out of here. Go on, man. Dogs and babies. Don't ever work with dogs and babies, everybody. Go on, buddy. Go. Hey, go. Get out. Ever since his collar shocks him, he's afraid to leave my son. Hey, Candace. Hey, Susie. How are you? The gang's all here. God, such a good-looking gang, too. Hey, West Virginia. We are live over here on TikTok. We should be live on YouTube also. If you go to YouTube and put in at Jeff Johnson 6269, we get you the exact same thing you're seeing now. I'm just saying we're branching out. Eventually, one camera does it all. But I've only been promising that for forever. Over promise, under deliver. It's got me through life, right? So what are we going to talk about in the old podcast tonight? So there's a little bit of stuff in the pop culture going on. I don't know why, but I am so fascinated with this Golden Bachelor thing, right? Yeah, you can't have it all, right? And you know what? The other thing is, Candace, you can't always get what you want. You can't. I hate that dude nurse interview. The carrot tan. Who's got the carrot? I have the carrot tan. What? Do I have a carrot tan? Yeah, there's a couple of celebrity birthdays I want to talk about later here in just a little bit. Talked about them this morning, so don't complain. And then I want to touch about home improvements. There should be a song about that. Yeah, I know. So here's the thing. I know about the beta carotene thing because I turned my baby into Oompa Loompa. I did. When Grace was a tiny little baby, she got sent home with a feeding tube. And basically because I told the nurses I could do their job better than they could on a repetitive basis. And we all know how nurses love that shit. And then the problem is, I proved it to them half the time. I'm really good at shit. But anyway. So they let us go under their against their better judgment home, and with the promise that I'd feed her with the NG2 and all that kind of stuff, and I'd keep her clean, yada 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 yada. So lo and behold, we get home, and I was hated. Fuck yeah, I was. It was 6 weeks in that mother humper, man. You don't think they hated me after day 2? Hell yeah. But so we get home. As soon as we get home, Grace grabs that tube and goes, pulls it right out. And I'm like, oh, shite. So I don't want to float. I don't want to send one of those things down her thing again, down her gullet. But she would eat. She wouldn't eat. Yeah, I don't. It was something about it, but she would eat. Not only been that earlier in life, maybe later on, but somehow or another, at some point in time, she would only eat carrots, and I fed the shit out of them to her. Just bam, 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 carrot, carrot, carrot. And I was happy as a clam. I'm like, I don't need no nurses. I got this shit handled. Look at assholes. I go to sleep. I was taking Ambien at the time. So I go to sleep. I take my Ambien, my Xanax, and I wake up in the middle of the night, and I hear a baby crying or whatever, and I go in there, and it's like, I turn the light on. You talking about scared straight. Boom, here comes the boom, here comes the boom, here comes the pain, everybody. Woo! That was the orangest baby for like days. And yes, I had to call those nurses. And see, we didn't have the Google as ready in 2004. So I had to eat a little bit of crow on with my baby's carrots. But I do want to talk about home improvements. I want to talk about how people are just shit these days. And I don't know why. I got two examples that I want to discuss today. And the last thing I want to get to by the time we get to the end of this podcast is simple pleasures. I was watching a few, you'd be surprised to find out, but I was watching a few TikToks today. And this one lady was really contemplating or really pushing how the simple pleasures in life are what life is all about. And I think I have an interesting take on that. Maybe not. Maybe you guys can tell me I'm full of shit. But we will get you a link eventually somewhere on how to get into the live on those, so we can do a live call-in feature. But sorry, we're going to continue to overpromise and deliver for just a little while longer. Hey man, this works for us. But hey, before we go any further, I would like to thank our sponsor, Absolutely Nobody. Right, we are partially brought to you by Not So Smart Enterprises, which is a real thing. Uh, but our one true sponsor from the very beginning that's been tried and true is absolutely nobody. I mean, when you need somebody, I mean, when you really need somebody in your corner, I'm telling you, look it up. Absolutely nobody is always there for you. Thank you to absolutely no one for getting me where I am today. Thank you very much. All right, let's go back to the program. Remember, we're coming at you live from the Conversation Romance Studios in Sayre, Oklahoma, aka my living. I know, I'm full of shit. And there's a few celebrity birthdays, and all right, fine, everybody's done them by now. But I gotta tell you, number one, I had no idea Kate Winslet had done 71 movies or 71 different roles in acting. I had no idea she had written a bunch, but she's only 47 years old. I thought she was more our age. But then I guess, well, how old is Leo? Really not the same age going in now? And by the way, is anybody be able to find this on YouTube yet? I don't really know how to advertise my YouTube page much. Well, we'll talk about that in just a minute. I mean, don't jump to the front. The simple pleasures, pleasures. I agree with you. Sunrises, sunsets, and I'll even discuss why I think one's better than the other. But first, we got Kate Winslet, 71 different movies, and 47 years old. I tell you. So they are the same age. There you go. Makes sense. And the second one that out of all the celebrities in the world, there's only like 7 that I knew their names when they said it was birthday day. But the other one was Jesse Eisenberg. Right? Eisenberg? So I got to thinking about that guy too. So where do you know him from? Does anybody out there recognize the name Jesse Eisenberg? So when I think of it, the first thing I think of is those fantastic magician movies. Now you see me, now you don't. Or now you see me, or now you see no evil, hear no evil. Now you whatever. I don't know. The Incredible Hulk's in it. All that shit.
Here are matches for Incredible Hulk.
No, hey, what are you doing, lady? I say, sir. Maybe she's trying to help me out a little bit. Anyway, but think about all the other movies he was in. Yeah, Jesse Eisenberg. He's in he was Lex Luthor, and I think one of the best ones ever. Hey, Britta Brooke, how are you doing? Oh, sorry, Britta Thomas. That video with your dog today, man, that cracked me up. Hey, Laura, how are you? How long can she hold that smile? Man? That was fantastic. Hey, Texas coach. Yeah, but Jesse Eisenberg, he did. I love him in those movies, but he was in. He's like been in 51 different movies, and I'm thinking to myself, shit, I didn't know that, right? I think of 4 movies tops, and then I kept looking at it. It was over and over. Let's see, I got. I mean, all kinds of great. Justice League, Zombie. Oh, the Zombieland movie that started in Garland, Texas, by the way. That mobile gas station. I hated that place, but I was there quite a bit. Now you see me, now you see me. Don't do. I mean, all those movies. Such a great actor. But that's it. Out of all the actors on the planet, those are the only ones I even knew their name. Yes, he was in this. Thank you very much. The Social Network too. Yeah, this is why I need a co-host, everybody. If you're interested in being a co-host, we can do it. We can do a video stuff if you want to. I can split the screen. I'll send you microphones. I'm not scared. I need a co-host for this very reason. Oh, you don't have to be live and say, well, we can be live anywhere. He was fantastic in Batman. I thought he was great. Yeah. Double in Zombieland. Come on, man. Oh, I don't remember his name. His name Indiana or some shit. Woody Harrelson. To roll the butt. What was that? I don't remember that one. I don't remember To Roll My Love. The Newsroom. He was in The Newsroom, though. That was really good. Hey, Anita Meyer. How are you? 30 minutes or less. That sounds like my third marriage. I mean, my second marriage. Adventureland, Zombieland 2. That was all. It was a trilogy? I did not know that. I forget. Becoming a werewolf. Man, this guy's been everything. 22 episodes of Get Real on TV. It might be me. I don't know. My meter says we're doing good. My internet says we're hauling ass, as a matter of fact. Good luck, though. If it's freezing, I don't recommend you sticking around. That's annoying, guys. Yeah. Oh. So, those are it. That's it for our celebrity birthdays. I like it when there's like 7 so we get held long and tough, but yeah, we don't have 7 to go today. Well, as we move forward in our sponsor list broadcast tonight, we have not so smart enterprises on board. So we got home improvement. Now, I think I've been pretty open about how fantastic the new floor is, and how fantastically I was pleased with the people that put it in. And the cost was a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but what isn't more than we want to pay these days? And so, out of nobody's fault at all, I had a piece some pieces were coming up. So I called. They said, yeah, we'll be out there to fix it. I said, great, this is going fantastic. And then they show up. Now I'm prepared. I don't care. I've got a trip ready to go. We're going to go run. We're going to do whatever we're going to do, right? And they show up. And I said, you guys do whatever you need to do. Here's some extra boards that y'all left. Anything else you need, just let me know. Because, well, I know what your problem is. I said, that's fantastic. That's great. You y'all have whatever. Just do whatever you need to do. He said, no, I know what it is. It's this chair. I said, well, I appreciate that. It's been less than a week. I should be able to do anything I want to this thing for a week. But no, it's this chair. I said, well, I don't care. I just need it fixed. No. So they go out and do a little bit of their thing, and I go do my own thing, and I come back in, and I'm in the kitchen getting ready to eat my lunch. And he starts in. He goes, yeah, well, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at my floors today. And stick with us, man. If you come in late, just stick around. I'll summarize. So he looks at the floors again. He said, I know what's wrong with this. It's this floor. It's this chair. I said, man, I understand that certain people need to justify everything. They need to have a justification of it. But I haven't blamed anybody for this happening. And I don't care why it happened. I have taken the proper measures, as I've told you earlier. I've ordered a plastic protector for here. If you continue, I don't need to hear again that you feel it's the chair. I understand that's your stance. It's not my belief, it's your belief. All I need is it fixed. And that pissed him off. That made him mad. So they completely destroyed my fucking living room, looked at me in the face and said, we're going to go to lunch. We'll be right back. You motherfuckers. Sorry, FCC. We lost you on that one. But don't worry. I'll have a really good producer that can hit the dump button. Yeah. What is that? What is that need? I didn't blame him. He was trying to blame me. Like I don't, Tilly, are you on here to get blocked? Because guess what? You're doing a really good job of it. Yeah. I love people like that. Oh, yeah, they came back, Dan. What are you doing here, Dan? You just sit in the living room. Let's do this together. I got a microphone. That's my neighbor, everybody, Dan. They came back, they fixed it, but they were like, well, I know what the process, I don't care what the problem is, man. Dan, you know how I am. I don't give a shit. I wasn't blaming them. I just needed it fixed. I don't have any dickheads about it. It was almost the perfect transaction. How you doing, Nick? It was almost the perfect transaction. Almost. Because they were good, they were on time, they were efficient, they were dirty, but fucking who isn't these days, right? Mm. You want to talk about customer service? Yeah, maybe I am here to bitch and moan. Who said that to you? Anyway, maybe I am here to bitch and moan just a little bit. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it's the door locked. There's my neighbor. Hang on. Stop. Come back. Hey, Trip, come on, buddy. I don't think he's going to bark. He's been kind of...
Taking you up on you.
Yeah. Well, now we got to get you a chair. Where's the blue chair? Right there. Where's the blue chair? Yeah, there's my neighbor. I don't know if we get you both in camera or not. Hey, Miss T, how are you doing? Trip is, Trip has been fighting this new bark color he has. Yeah, so anyway, before I move on to the next one, my neighbor did show up. Let me get possibilities up here. You're going to be able to hear him, but I don't think we're going to be able to have the camera angle to see him. I wasn't prepared. If I was prepared, we'd have this thing go. But Trip is going to go nuts for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, never worked with babies, neighbors, and kids. Right? Never. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Missed a good dinner.
I missed a good dinner at El Charro's?
Yeah.
Well,
You never showed up 10 minutes before they closed.
oh, shit. So El Charro's is our one and only Mexican restaurant option here in town. We got, that's it. Let me get the microphone set up a little bit better here. See, if I was better prepared as a broadcaster, we wouldn't be doing this kind of shit right now. But I'm not. And don't you want to see the bloopers anyway, right? Trip, hey, out. What the hell, man? He's happy, but he's so quiet now.
Yeah.
He's scared to death of that comment. And I don't know if he's, I think he's figured it out, but that's what's causing it.
Figured out something.
Yeah, he's definitely different. So let's see what we can do. I don't know if we're gonna make this or not, man.
Oh, it's
So close. Get the mirror there. We'll figure it out one of these days. We'll get a better angle at it. Sorry. They'd be heard, not seen until we get the other camera going. Sorry about that. So we're just about. So Dan, you saw what the floor was doing, right?
yeah.
And I didn't blame anybody, did I?
No, and I don't really understand why they would say that that's the chair, that one little specific spot.
Right. Like, well, clearly, sir, you don't know how to operate an office chair on the floor now, do you? Have you been? How many years have you been walking on the floor, sir? Are you sure you're qualified to do this? Jackass. So who knows? And they've been so nice and good. I'm sure I pissed them off though. I don't know why. Hey Joyce, how are you? So now what happens? So get this. So I ordered the dash buster for my truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
We put it in what, Monday night?
Yes.
Monday night. It's beautiful. It's a good piece. It's beautiful. It's nice. So I get it in. I'm rolling down the road. It works great, except for the trip meters don't work. And I use the trip meters. That's one of my favorite things to do is my gas mileage.
Yeah. I do
I like-
the same thing.
Nothing like hypermile on a V8, baby. I love it. Right? You get 600 horsepower, just let it coast on in everywhere you go. So I send the guy a little message, and I was really impressed because I said, "Hey man, this doesn't work." He calls me, like immediately. He called me. Remember I told you?
Yeah.
I was like, fancy. He goes, I'll make you another. A day goes by, 2 days goes by. Now it's Thursday. I hadn't heard from him. So I'm like, "Hey man, what's up?" He goes, "Oh well, we'll have to make you another one." I said, "Yeah, you said that." And then he went blank. So I get on eBay. I'm like, "Guy sucks. This product looks good, but it doesn't work." And when I asked him about it, it's been a week now. He hasn't answered. He sends me. He called me 3 times and then sends me an email. "Hey, why am I getting a crappy review?" "Oh, I don't know. Your shit doesn't work, and you haven't got back to me when you're going to replace it. You got your money. I didn't get my part, and you're going sorry."
Keeps ghosting me.
So am I good or bad? Am I the bad guy there?
I don't know if it's he never really gave a time. like how long it was going to take him.
Right. Monday evening,
Right.
he said nothing. He said, oh, we'll have to make you another one.
So is he just really bad at communicating?
Yeah, but hang on, I'm starting to feel like you might think I have overreacted. You think I overreacted? To be honest with you, what I care.
I don't really know. I mean, like I said, if he's just bad at communicating, then maybe it was a slight overreaction. If he's not bad at communicating and his product really does just suck, then no.
It was an expensive part.
Right. Yeah. It's
Right.
definitely not cheap.
So, and on TikTok says I'm not because he didn't do what he promised to do.
It's true.
So, but why would he call me 3 times? And here's the other. After he called me 3 times, I sent him a message. Hey man, please don't call me. Let's do all this on eBay. I just rather not deal with it on the phone, right? Because I've already dealt with him on the phone once, and now I know he's a liar. I don't want to hear it. I just rather have it on paper, right? It's easier to track, right, Susan? So after I said, please don't call me again. Let's just do this on email. He calls me again. It's like.
It's like you get that email from them, like the day after you order it, the day of you order something, and that says, please leave a positive review.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see when I get my product if it's going to be a positive review or not.
Yeah. I had that the other day. They're like, well, why haven't you left us a review? I haven't got the product.
Exactly.
But it shipped on time. Can you leave us a good review for shipping on time?
Well,
No.
that's it.
Yeah, maybe. Like, who did it ship to? I don't know. It just sucks. And why people need to blame somebody, I don't get it.
No.
Because it's manufactured flooring. It's not real wood.
Exactly.
It didn't cost a lot. I wasn't pissed. I was
it's not
really...
like it's not like they had to come up with new product. You
Right.
had leftovers.
Well, I have 4 boxes of leftovers. And he was like, well, we can't get this anymore. I said, yeah, I got plenty on the back. Well, I only have 1 box to spare the truck. So if anything else happens, I said, man, I got 4 boxes in the back.
You should ask him if he wanted to buy some of yours.
Well, yeah, but it's like people just don't hear you.
They don't. They're already thinking of their response before they even let you talk. So
That might be it. It's so frustrating.
my 10-year-old's the same way.
Your 10-year-old, I think your 10-year-old does have a hearing problem, to tell you the truth.
She's got the same one my wife does.
She just doesn't hear anything. Yeah, I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah, the only difference is my wife has an excuse.
She can specifically turn hers off if she
Yes.
wants to, which I think is, and the fact that she can do her phone through that pisses me off, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes, for the longest time, I didn't have any idea she could do that, right?
Oh
And
yeah.
I'd be sitting on the front porch, and when y'all started sitting out last fall, and I'd be like, she'd be sitting out there by herself. We didn't know each other that well, and she's like, she is the happiest damn. She's fucking talking to somebody. I couldn't see her phone, right? She's just talking away. So she's so happy. Fuck no, she's just talking.
Oh, she still gets it. It's like, what?
Yeah.
People just look at her like, especially when she's talking on her phone in Walmart.
Yeah. Hey, does anybody here? We got a few people on TikTok. Does anybody here have horror stories from Cancun? Dan and Emily are headed that way in just a few days. No, I know. There's no. Everybody says there's no horror stories from Cancun.
I'll hear them all when I get back.
I have no bad ones, man. I have a good time with Cancun. I never did. We never flew in and out of there much. I always flew into Progresso and drove up. Like a cheat thing I did.
Yeah. I've never been out of the United States. Ever.
Yeah. What's that passport picture look like? There's more. I bet you I have the worst passport photo on the planet. I weighed 300 pounds. I was swollen the day I got it. Where is my passport, by the way?
I was in that 2 teens
Yeah,
mark.
a little puffy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. You'll be plenty puffy on the way back.
Yeah.
The fun thing about it is, by the time you're standing at the counter and you hand them their pass. They know everything about you already. They have. It's just formality at that point. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've already got the real ID. I've flown since I've gotten that. So.
Yeah. Well, you don't need it with a passport. If you have a passport, you don't need a real ID.
Yeah.
Because the real ID is when the states that didn't have the right stuff on their driver's license, right?
Well, see, so they've pushed the date that.
Yeah, they pushed it back 9 times.
Yeah, like 9 times. And it's always another year, but like flying out of Oklahoma, like you're supposed to have a real ID to fly inside the United States.
Yeah, but that's only because Oklahoma doesn't have the right security measures on their driver's license yet. And the next versions they will.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Which be the real IDs. But I just feel like it's a money thing more than anything because it's $10 to have a regular license renewed, $15, and it's almost $40 to get a real ID.
I don't have an Oklahoma driver's license. I still have a Texas driver's license. Right. So Texas driver's license is like $150 to renew.
Jeez.
Yeah. It is, and you don't have to have a real ID. It counts as a real ID, which I don't know what that does for you, but yeah, it's expensive. Hell, our tags every year, my tags are $135 every year on a 1-ton truck.
See, ours would have been $2 something, I think. It's based off the value of your truck. Here.
But not per year, is it?
Yeah, every year.
Oh,
You
shit.
have to renew your tag.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't. Oh my gosh, that means the black truck's the first thing I've had more than a year. Oh my God, I need to check that. This is coming up. This like this month, I think.
Yep.
Cause I bought it in November last year, right before I went sailing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just base it off the value of your truck or the.
Well, they have to. Some miles I gotta be free.
No.
They're based on the value of my truck.
Well, like
They look at that
I think
thing.
George's tag is $23.
His got to be more than mine because his truck looks a lot better than mine.
But his truck's older.
If they look at my truck,
They don't. It doesn't. It
It's
doesn't
all
matter
about
what
the-
it looks like. It's
Really?
what it's worth on paper.
on paper it ain't worth shit. I don't care what. You can put it on paper. You can put it on a gold pallet. It's not gonna be worth shit. But the funny thing is, the guys at the tire shop, right? They're like, God dang it, man! I love that truck. I said, yeah, dude, but there's no way. Are you gonna sell it? I said, man, there's no way to sell that truck. He goes, what do you mean? We'd all buy it. I said, yeah. Well, I said, but not for what I got in it. He goes, oh hell no. He goes, he said, I think that truck be worth 15. I said, find somebody that'd pay it, and then we'll talk to him.
You should have asked me right there. Well, you
Yeah,
got 15,000.
absolutely. You give me, I tell you what, you give me 14.5, we'll call it even. Right? You keep the tires. Which I was thinking about the whole time we were putting tires on. You were talking. So Dan has told me every time he sells a vehicle, it's right after he spends a shit ton of money on tires.
Yeah.
And when that kid started talking to me, I'm like, you son of a bitch. You can spend put these brand new tires on, you're gonna buy this thing from me out of the shop.
You can take me home too.
Hey Dan, you can be right on. Hey Mr. Young, how are you? Mr. MG. That's an interesting name. How are you doing? So, Dan, I don't know if this was unplanned, but I was going to talk about, I don't even know if they can hear us on the podcast. Is the podcast sound okay? But so one of the things I want to talk about today was simple pleasure. Right? So this lady was, I've been watching a lot of her TikToks. She's kind of hot. But she was talking about how life is made out of simple pleasures. And she was sitting in her backyard looking out over her beautifully manicured yard, right? And I'm assuming she did it herself. I like to think she did it anyway. And she goes, sometimes it's the simple pleasures in life that her feet are up and her drinks in her hand. Do you think that's simple?
In that moment, yes. Like if what brings her pleasure is just being there with her feet up and a drink, then yeah.
Then that means she paid for that yard because there's nothing simple about a yard that's that well maintained. That's a lot of hard work. Now, and so maybe the activity of sitting on the porch is not a complicated activity. But that is a very work-induced pleasure, or work-intensive, I guess, or labor-intensive. Trying to sound fancy like a redneck. Hey, hippie cowgirl, how are you, lady? How is the hottest turquoise dealer I know, lady? Man, that photo shoot. Every time I come across one of those TikToks with those skin-colored pants, I'm like, what? No, those are pants. Sorry. Anyway, I get sidetracked. Sorry, dude. Sorry.
I understand.
So that's the thing, and I think I agree with her, right? I sit on my front porch and look at my pathetic little postage stamp yard, and I get a ton of satisfaction out of that very simple pleasure. But I don't look at it as a simple pleasure. I look at it as, damn it, I earned sitting here with all that hard work on this little patch of grass. I have earned the right to sit here and enjoy this pleasure. This is very complicated, because if it hadn't have been for the divorce in 1991 and the 4 other ones who followed, all of those things, in fact, I would never sit here and enjoy that, right? There's nothing simple about that pleasure. Everyone's just over complicated life. It's okay to say yeah.
It's, to me, that's one of those to each their own type. Like some people that haven't had to go through all that, that's still a simple pleasure for them.
But they had to go through their shit. And so this life is fucking hard.
Yeah,
There's not one person on this planet that hasn't been through shit. But it's not my shit. Now your shit. I almost guarantee you one thing. If everybody that we know, or 5 or 6 of us sat here, we all put our shit on the table, I guarantee you I wouldn't want yours. I'd take mine back at a heartbeat. I would not want you back, because I mean, imagine what you've been through. Right?
Yeah. Like, yeah. I don't think I'd want anybody else's shit other than mine, because I've already been through it and I've dealt with it, and it's over.
Right, and to try to think about going through the hell that somebody else has been without the experience they've been through it, right? I don't know. My grandmother used to say something to that effect, right? It's like something to, boy, you don't ever want to think about walking in somebody else's shoes. Right? Your feet aren't going to fit. Something to that effect. She was. I think she was using drugs, but we know. God bless you, Mama. Yeah. And I think that reason comes, I don't know if you've been listening to the stuff earlier this week, but I've been trying to focus on choosing joy this week. Mm-hmm. Right? Every morning is choosing joy. That's the kind of podcast direction. And then that simple pleasure video hit, and that rolled into, it's just our self-care. If we sit there and think how simple this life is, there ain't nothing simple about it. Look at that behind us, right? That's a real picture. That's a real photo from one of the telescopes or something, right? Some of the things they put together. How complicated is that?
That's a lot.
Yeah, and we're talking to 27 different people around the world on TikTok, and I don't know how many. If anybody's on YouTube, I can't tell. We're live on YouTube, though. But so through satellites linking up in outer space, and tater tot and tater salad over here getting together, and police stations everywhere. I don't understand how it works. You?
No.
Right? It's like Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory to me. They break a little kid up in chocolate, send it across, and reassemble it. Who knows? But we don't have to understand this, how it all works. Shit, I want to understand how I work.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
How you work?
Yeah.
So when you start thinking about how you work, do you look at your kids and see how they work and go, because they work, they just got how from you, like how they work, they got it from you. So when you watch them figure out problems, you watch them and go, shit, I fucked up. Or do you go, yeah, I see that.
I've done both. I have honestly done both. Drew.
Yeah.
Nearly 18 years old, and I'm still trying to give him the same advice my parents gave me, or tried to give me. Please let me make your life a little easier and give you a little something that I know you're fixing to do,
Right.
and let me give you a way around doing it the wrong way.
Yeah. You didn't listen, did you? So is he listening?
Something.
Yeah.
At least he makes me think he does.
So he was a little nicer than you were as a kid.
He's smarter.
Thanks, AZ.
He's a lot smarter than I was as a kid.
Well, he does have his mom's side to thank for that, right? Come on, we have to say that or we'll get shot. You know that.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Don't worry, nobody here listens anyway. Oh man, I don't know. I see stuff when my daughter was talking to me. I see her workout problems, and I think to myself, God dang it, she is so much more advanced than I was at her age.
Absolutely.
And I don't know, is it just social media? Is that the difference? Is that the only difference between us and them?
I don't really think so. I think it's, and I'm probably overthinking this, but I feel like your children are an advancement of you, because now they're not just you, they're you and somebody else, so they're a better version.
Depending on how well you chose a wife.
This is true.
But so is there? Are you talking about kind of if the student doesn't do better than the teacher's not a good teacher, that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like that's a fair assessment of it, yes.
Okay. Well, he raised his kids right. I don't know if I raised mine right. Mine would argue with you with fact. And the funny thing is Drew is just like a year and a half younger than Grace.
Yeah.
And oh Jesus Christ.
He has always been. He is a very old soul. He's been that way since birth.
Well, she had me as a dad, so that didn't help much, right?
It's funny how like Emily talks about how much he is starting to turn out into me as he gets older. Or turn out more like me as he gets older.
How does she feel about that?
I don't really know.
Right? Does she, when she tells you that, does she go, ah, damn it, Dan, he's just acting more, or does she go, oh, he's acting, what's her demeanor?
Depends on what he's done.
Yeah.
Normally it's, you taught him that.
Yeah.
It's your son.
Now, how long have you been married?
22 years.
22 years. And you're how old?
Fixing to be 42.
It's 22 years and 42. You heard that right. Did you hear? Can you hear them or no? Or is the music too loud? We might have voice isolation. We'll check it. It is voice isolation. I'm sure they can hear it. Alexa, volume down. You can hear him. Okay. Yeah, let's see if they can hear. Alexa, volume down. Oh, I think that might be it now.
It's hard to tell.
Alexa, pause. How about we do that? So 22 years before about to turn 42. So, hey, are you going to be gone on your birthday?
We will actually be flying back on my birthday.
Sweet. Make sure you tell them. Make sure you tell them so that we can get fruit beer or something.
According to our travel agent, we're supposed to have beers on the transport from the airport to the resort.
Yes, and then you will. It'll be in a little cooler in the back. Hopefully, it's local beer too. Something to get you out of your normal. And so do you mind if I share?
No.
So they're taking a trip with another couple friend to Cancun for 7 days. And all you can do anything you want, please. 7 days. The most I've ever spent a day like that was 5 days. And at the end of the beginning of the 4th day, I could see my liver. It was like poking out just a little bit.
Help me.
Right? Yeah, it was just sticking out a little bit. Oh, so we got Lindy on a cruise. Preferred Playa. Whoa, hey, it's their first time. Remember Playa? You had to say Del Carmen. Playa's just. Yeah, but hell yeah, this is probably great too. I've seen it. It's huge.
Yeah, I mean it's 22 years in the making. This will be our actual honeymoon.
Oh shit!
So it's a honeymoon / birthday / My buddy's birthday is today, actually.
Sweet.
So he's 5 days, no, 9 days older than me.
Mm. So, but different astrological signs.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's weird. That's funny, right? 9 days closer than two different people. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's good. It's exciting now.
Mm-hmm.
It's really exciting. That's gonna be. Oh, what are you looking forward to the most?
Getting away
From what?
my phone.
Yeah. So you got to leave your Wi-Fi on your phone, though, right? Have Wi-Fi all throughout the place.
Yeah. We did find out that we don't have to have international to go there, so that was nice because that's $10 per day if you use it.
Yeah. You don't know. Mexico is just like
Yeah.
it's like Oklahoma, like Texas.
Yeah.
It's just a bigger, a better beach in Texas, right? Hey, Linda, what's wrong with free beer? Remember, the airlines don't give you anything free anymore. If you tell them it's your birthday, they might give you a free drink. They might get fun of us over on TikTok, everybody. Hey, free beer means something to you. To me, anyway.
Anything free is usually good.
And it's your birthday. That's the thing. Anything's good on your birthday. Traveling on your birthday is usually the best, but you know what? Usually Christmas and birthday is the best day to travel. Yeah, simple pleasures. I don't know. I think I enjoy them more now. The older, I guess that's the thing, though. The older we get, right? To tell you the truth, so I talked to Dan a little bit about this the other day, but this truck that we've been working on for a year, man, that talking about has turned into a simple pleasure. It was a pain in the ass in the moments when it was happening.
Absolutely.
But man, I'm telling you, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I learned a whole that truck. And now it's done. Well, Saturday after Saturday it'll be done.
One thing I've learned with vehicles, I should say with vehicles.
I like learning better.
You're never done with it. You'll find something else.
Yeah.
There's
Right.
always something else. Like you already talked about superchargers or pro charger or something like that.
Ooh, yeah. But I mean that's
It's not a necessity, but
yeah, that's a guilty pleasure.
absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't know. Because now that I see it's gonna be like almost 10 grand to do a pro charger on there. I don't know. I thought they were like $3,500. You throw one on there and you put some, shove some air down his throat and be done with it. But it's not the case.
If it was that simple, everybody did it.
Well, yeah, exactly. But now, but see, now it makes more sense to look at the supercharger though instead of a pro charger. That's a
nice little ripple on there.
that's like a 6,500 bolt-on kit.
Yeah.
And we can do that. Yeah. We could, I can't do. We could do. Yeah, it says a 4-hour install, a 4-hour backyard install.
I would be impressed if we got that in 4 hours.
Which one? 806 Mickey. There's like 10 million. This whole page is dedicated to my dog. That's the only reason people are here is for the dog. He's just having to be asleep right now, right, Trip?
He's not
Yeah. He's asleep, but he's pissed. He's had such a rough day. He lost his balls last week. He's getting shocks every time he barks this week. He's not having a good month.
He's learning.
He is learning. Oh, yeah, the beach. I'm telling you, him running on the beach was the best thing. Well, thank you, Mickey. Yeah, we were really lucky to spend the time on Dunbar Beach. So, I did want to give you this now. Now that you guys are going to be traveling, something to look at on the plane. Make sure your wife gets a hold of that too. That is a catalog for European cruises.
Yeah, she's already talking about the next trip, so
Oh yeah, so those are pretty fancy right there, right?
I do eventually want to take one with just me and her.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This one, I think, the biggest reason why we decided to do it with another couple is because they've already actually been on another trip, so
Right.
they have an idea of what, the do's and don'ts, what you don't have to do, what you do
Yeah.
need to do, things like that.
And man, I tell you what, I never even think about it. And here's the thing. So you guys got this from a travel agent, right?
Yes.
And there's other people from here that are going too? Or is it just you, the two couples?
As far as I know, it's just the four of us.
Okay, I got you. But there was somebody I was talking to. I guess it was when I was working at Harbor Freight. Somebody there was saying they booked a trip and they were like, they said, well, there's going to be 6 couples, but we don't know any of the other ones. We're not really traveling with them. It's just booked at the same time.
Right.
I didn't even know travel agents still were really that busy anymore. To tell you the truth, I thought everybody just did it on their own.
There's a lot of people that do it on their own.
Yeah.
And we've actually got some friends that they do that kind of thing. His wife researches all that stuff, looks it all up. It's the fact that that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Especially if you haven't ever done it before.
Exactly.
Right.
You don't know what to expect. You don't know what you're doing. There's a lot of stuff that you can really screw up, screw yourself over after you get there. It was just a.
Oh, I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it was. I mean, now, of course, it's more expensive to do it through an agent,
but is it really? If you figure out the security level that you have with somebody else taking care of it professionally.
That's the other side of it. If we have any problems, we call the travel agent. They take care of the issue.
Right.
It's not something that we got to stop all our plans, figure out what we have to do to get it fixed.
So you can go to the bar in the airport and have some beer instead of sitting in the lobby going, hey, I need, what's this number? Hey, I'm on hold. Wow.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
There you go. Well, I don't blame you, man. I think it's fantastic. And the fact, I just never thought of it because that's, I've been traveling for so long.
Yeah.
But hell, I made travel plans for my friends of mine before. Like, hey, where can we go? I said, hey, do this, go here, fly, get on these 2 flights, go to this hotel.
But that's experience too. Like, we don't have.
Yeah.
I've never been out of the continental United States. I don't believe Emily has ever flown out of the continental United States. She's taken a cruise one time. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure where all it went. No, I take that back. She's been on two cruises because her senior trip, they took a cruise.
Yeah.
And just before we moved back from Florida, she went on a cruise with her parents.
It would be, I would compare it to the first time we really met. When you crawled under the house for me because I was afraid to fucking do it. Now, I didn't tell him I was afraid to do it. I told him it wouldn't fit. I fit now. It's made. I lost a lot of weight. But I was afraid to do it. And it's not that I'm not saying I was afraid to do it. I just never had done it. Didn't know what to expect. So I guess it's not that different. If you wanted to go to Baghdad, would you want to go by yourself, or would you want me to set it up for you?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't even attempt to set that up by myself.
Yeah. So I guess that's at the time I guess I struggle sometimes with seeing value in what I've done in the past and what it can carry over into the future.
There's a lot of value in experience.
Yeah, but I don't.
Regardless of what that experience is, it has value in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, you're right. I see that in others, right?
Yeah.
And I appreciate others, but I fail to see it in myself half the time.
Most people do.
Why do we do that? And how do we fix it?
Well, it's just like the saying, you're your own worst critic.
Right.
You never see beauty in yourself or the attractiveness of yourself. When you look in the mirror, you think, that I need to fix that, or I need to fix that. It's the same thing.
Is it?
I think so.
So what is the confidence level of going, yeah, I can fix that, and you've never done it before?
Experience, or
because you fix other things before, you think you can
similar
fix
things,
that?
yeah. Like I've done other plumbing. I'm by no means in any way, shape, or form a plumber,
Right.
but I've done small plumbing jobs.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really no different. It's just different house.
Yeah. Well, I did appreciate it. I mean, it shamed and embarrassed me enough to get in and do it next time. And now I got to do it again because I want to move that toilet. I'm sick and tired of that toilet being there, man. Did you guys close that window for a reason? That blind? Tell me the truth. What'd you see? Was I standing there peeing?
No,
Walking around naked?
no. I think I went in the laundry room as you were letting Trip in
Yeah.
a few nights ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I saw anything, but I thought, Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, man. So if you don't know, especially on the podcast, if you don't know, on TikTok too, if you don't know, from my toilet, if the curtains are open, I can see Dan's house. I can see into his kitchen or dining room. I can see into his dining room. I can see my neighbor's house, into her bathroom.
It's the most oddly placed toilet.
I can see my I can see my kitchen. I can see everybody that's in my bed, if there ever is anybody in there, all from sitting on my toilet. And I've employed this new curtain system. But damn it, the other day I let the dog out, and I don't think they saw anything. I hope not. But I'm just standing there doing my business. I'm like, I forgot to close the curtain, and I've already started. I can't stop.
No, you don't stop that.
Yeah, it's showtime. Well, it is like through a small window across a yard and then in another house, so they won't see anything. And it was chilly in here. The air conditioner works good. You don't see nothing there. Pulling 3 inches of Vienna sausage out of 4 inches of area out pants. It's not gonna happen, man. There's no show either, man. Oh boy. Well, one of these days, today's not the day. I'm definitely not prepared to do it today. We've already been going on this for an hour or two. But I definitely want to get into, now that Dan's finally sat down into an official podcast, I definitely want to get into the 22 years of marriage at the age of 42. Because I've had the pleasure of living next to these guys since almost March of last year, almost 2 years. I watch, I listen, and their communication is fantastic. It's fucking hilarious sometimes too. I mean, it really is. But it's hilarious in the fact that I really think that that no matter what is said, anger is never the first thing that comes to mind. Right? And why is that?
I don't know. I don't know if we're just that used to each other.
Or is it safe? Or you know for a fact that other person is not doing anything specifically to really make you mad. They might be doing something to piss you off, like squirting in the water gun.
Yeah, I don't even matter.
Yeah, I don't know who would do that, but somebody might squirt in water. But is it big? Because honestly, my ex-wife, like the last number 3 and number 5, whenever I'd say something, their first response was anger, and it was usually like I'd say, "Hey, how are you doing?" All right,
Like you had an agenda.
Yeah, it might not have been that bad, but it seems that way to me.
No, I would definitely say that we are probably each other's safe space. We know that we can do or say whatever, and we're not going to be judged by the other.
Without saying what it is there anything that you'd be afraid to talk to your wife about?
No, because she's no matter what it is, good news, bad news,
Yeah.
whatever it is, she's the one person that I never don't want to tell. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Like, something good happens to me, I want her to be the first one to know about it.
Yeah.
Something bad happens to me, I want to talk to her about it.
Right.
Before I talk to anybody else. It's just...
Not scared of anything. It's got to be a really comfortable place to be.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. It's nice.
When was the last time you were scared to talk to her about something? And you don't have to say what it was. Just how long ago was it? So, yeah, Pam on TikTok saying you're home. She's home to
Absolutely.
you. Yeah.
I'd say last...
You don't have to say what it was. Was it 2 years ago, 6 months ago, 2 days ago, 10 years ago?
It's probably been 8 to 10 years.
Right. So in the beginning, was there a lot of this, oh shit, I'm going to get in trouble when I get over this? And it just got easier after the time you realized that you're okay?
You know, to be honest, we had one date.
Yeah.
Literally one date. And we went to see probably one of the worst movies.
Oh, what was the movie?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Yes, that was our first
We
date.
gotta look that one up. Where's my YouTube?
I'm pretty sure the two main characters are the lead writers for. I can't. Is it Family Guy?
Basketball. Today still? And that was a bad movie?
Like, it's extremely stupid humor.
Oh. So I would really like it.
Oh, me and you would probably sit here and
Oh,
watch it
yeah.
today and die laughing.
So I get what you mean. That's why it was a bad
Yeah.
date movie for sure.
Yeah, but it was like the only choice at the time.
Right?
I mean, there was other, but it was like cartoons or something stupid like that.
Was it Elk City?
Yes.
So you had like two movies to choose from?
Well, so the movie theater is where Walls is.
Yeah, right. I knew that.
That's where the movie theater was when we went.
So was it like a suplex, like an eightplex, cineplex, or
I want to.
was it the Shiznit back then?
No.
No.
No, it definitely was not.
Is it better than where the theater you got now?
No.
Oh.
I wish it would go back to the old theater, the old movie theater,
On
what we
on
have
Main
down
Street.
here.
On Main
Yeah.
Street, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I wish they would go back to. Those old school
That'll never
style.
happen, right?
But yeah,
Bring back the drive-ins
oh, absolutely.
in the wintertime. Fuck yeah.
Snuggle.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
But yeah, no, we had the one date, and then even though at the time we were living 45 minutes apart,
Yeah.
we were together every day.
Well, yeah, but gas was like $1.20 a gallon.
This is true. This is
You're making-
absolutely true. But- and then she worked in Elk City as well, so
Right.
that helped. But we didn't need another date after that. We almost instantly became best friends, I would say.
So, are you familiar with the twin flame theory?
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So, twin flame theory is something that is fascinating to me, right? So, so users talking about the anger in relationships. Yeah, it's anger. We'll talk about the anger anyway. But the twin flame theory is something that my Suzanne Toro, my Tibetan medicine woman, talked about, and it is something that when people recognize, you can recognize your flame in another person, but it's only for people that are elevated, right? So, it's like I'm here to learn. I don't know what 5 divorces teaches you, but apparently that's what I'm here to learn. Right? So I have a different purpose on this earth. I'm on a different level than you are, right? You guys are all here for a different reason. Doesn't mean we don't get along, but we're just different purposes. And I think that's because y'all are older souls. Like you said, Drew is an old soul, right? You said he was that baby that just sit there and go, what's up?
We slept 8 hours, and that we brought him home to the hospital.
The hotel.
Yeah.
That's how easy the birth was.
We stopped and picked him up. Yeah.
This place is great. I love it here.
Yeah, no, we brought him home. He slept 8 hours the night we brought him home.
Yeah.
And he's just been that kind of a kid ever since.
Okay. So see, her theory is that when you become self-aware in this life, right? And so say you were born and you had had a rough and tumble life your whole life. And then you become self-aware. Okay, I'm doing this. I'm going to elevate. I'm going to get better. When you come back the next time, when your soul returns, when you wake up that first time in the nursery, you're like, Matt? Oh, wait. I know this place. That's it. Everybody's laughing at your hotel. Like, I had a different experience, you dickhead. Hotel for you, sure. But yeah, so I see that in babies sometimes, right? There's all kinds of babies out there, but sometimes you look at one. There's this one guy that used to come in Harbor Freight all the time. He was odd.
There's a few of those.
Yeah, but he had a little baby with him, a little girl who was probably 2. And the story was it was his daughter's, and she was addicted to drugs, and he was raising her, the granddaughter, which is a very common story these days, unfortunately. But this dude was like interesting, even to me, right? He was out there. Then when I would talk to this 2-year-old, just looked at him, was like and you saw this recognition on her face, like, he's a kid. She's like, I get it, but I love him. You can see she's like, I know he's weird, but I'm digging him. Right? And it's like,
He's weird, but he's mine.
yeah, that's it. And any other kid, I'd have been scared to death if that man had another kid, but I felt fine with it. It was just a weird thing. And I think, I even told you this when I talked to that one time. We had a chat for a while. He's a different,
Yes.
he's purposeful.
Yeah.
And not a whole lot of
He's a
17-year-olds.
thinker to a fault.
Right, which is a weird. Huh?
Like, to a fault. Though. Like, almost an overthinker.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
well,
he definitely gets from his mother.
but the way he processes his emotional stuff, I think, is impressive. And when I asked him where he learned from, he goes, well, I don't know. I didn't learn from anybody.
Yeah.
And we know he did, right?
Yeah.
So let's hope it's his mom.
He's been, so, as far as talking about the way he processes his emotions and stuff, for a disciplinary,
Yeah.
telling him you're upset or you're disappointed,
Right.
worse than you could ever do. I mean, 100%. I believe he would rather take a beating than you ever tell him you're disappointed in him.
Well, it didn't bother me a bit. I just told my mom, get used to it, lady. If you're not used to it, if you're shocked by this at this point in time, I can't even, it's like you don't know me, kid. Come on, get out of here. Shit. Yeah, no, I see that though, right?
Yeah. I'm still just trying to figure out how I got that, and then 7 years later I get.
We have to be careful when we talk about Taylor, though, because she has a TikTok account. She finds us, man. If we say anything bad about her,
I'll say this exact same thing in front of her. So
I don't want her on. I don't want to. Yeah, but she has to love you. You're her dad. She make my life a living hell over here, man. No, she's 10 years old, but I swear, man, 30, 35,
at least.
and the freedom, though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but it's not a disrespectful freedom most of the time. But at 10, they're still testing boundaries,
I
right?
still swear today she was talking to me like she was making a video on her phone.
What do you mean?
Just the way she was talking to me, it was like she was doing one of her get ready with me videos.
Oh, really?
She was talking to me in just that way of talking.
Really?
Like first I'm going to do this and then I'm going to put
Right.
it. And I asked her, I said, are you literally talking to me like one of your videos? Like you're making a video?
Yeah.
And just flipped the script on me right there. No. And
Hmm. What do you think that is?
I don't know.
Well, so,
I
is it just a fascination with?
think she
online
was
stuff?
just in a good mood and was just having
That's-
fun.
Yeah, that's fantastic, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the fact that she's in a happy place and
Feels free enough
feels
to
that
express
free
it.
and comfortable to just be herself. Absolutely. I love that.
And that's the thing. I know for a fact that my daughter did not feel free to be herself around me, even though I told her. And I don't know. I don't know where the disconnect was. It didn't help that she had people telling her I was an asshole behind her back. But
Yeah.
I don't know where the disconnect was with that. I don't know. Said she, I mean, she always, she in trouble. That's right. Said she was scared I would yell at her. The only reason she could be scared I yelled at her is because I yelled at her at some point in time. She knows to be scared of it.
Yeah.
Makes me a fucking dickhead. I hate it when sometimes when I yell at him and he goes, "Oh, you motherfucker." Shit. Oh well. No, she's something else, man. And sometimes it is nice though, right? And I don't know if I feel weird about it or not, but I told you a few times. Like I was sitting outside the other day admire my fence. And her and her friend were in the backyard playing. And just the sound of kids in the backyard. Shit.
Speaking of kids in the backyard,
Uh-oh.
I found out tonight we were going to have new neighbors. Most likely going to have new neighbors. I shouldn't say we were going to, a definite, because the brick house in the corner
Right.
is supposedly fixing to be sold to
Okay.
a single mom with, I believe, 3 children. Oldest 2 being elementary.
She hot.
I don't know. I have not seen her.
Single mom. Wow. Well, thanks, user. Thank you very much. She's got to have a man in her life. I'm not saying she does have to have a man in her life, but that house is a fucking mess. I saw the pictures they put online.
Yeah, I haven't.
Oof, they cleaned up a lot since I've seen it.
Oh, yeah, they've been over there quite a bit.
But still, it's got a long way to go. I don't think the bandit and the snowman together can get that place ready. But hey, congratulations though. If they get it sold, especially if they got anywhere close to what they're asking for, because I was 40 less.
Yeah, I'm,
Oh, 30. I was 30 less. But
none of my business, so not going to ask unless they just volunteer the information.
no, it's none of our business.
But,
But your wife should know. She's in the tax office.
well, she
She'll know next year.
collects the tax.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily assess it. So
She'll know next year.
yeah. But yeah, she and this is not 100% definite deal, but I talked to
It'd be great for everybody involved.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I really figured the church was going to end up with it. What I figured.
So this house, it used to be 4 apartments, right? I think maybe
Something like
4,
that.
maybe 5. So I go to look at it. They converted it years ago into a single family home, and it's got a big giant shop with a huge backyard. And I'm like, I would go. The shop is worth the money.
Yeah.
It's a great shop, especially because they're leaving all that shit in it. But I go look at the house. The house has 5 exterior doors. Right, so none of them are covered up. Even though they converted to a house, you still have 5 doors that you have to guard.
Yes.
It has 2.5 kitchens. Right, so the laundry room has a full kitchen in it. The kitchen has a full kitchen in it, and then one of the other rooms has like a little half kitchen in it.
I've never been in it. So
Yeah, it is the strangest thing. I mean, it used to have 4 kitchens apparently. So if somebody gets out there, who knows what the plumbing is. And it is brick, but it's a pier and beam brick, which is weird. I didn't even know you did pier and beam and brick, but who knows? But it's good though. Kids, right? And if they're elementary school, that means Taylor could babysit pretty soon.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty fancy dancy right there. And when are you going to let her? Are y'all saving the iPad for Christmas, or what are y'all saving it for? Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
Which is the messed up thing is it's sitting on top of my dresser. There's nothing on it.
All right.
And I bet she's looked at it 100 times and never realized what it was.
Yeah, we got to delete all that stuff there.
Yeah, I gotta find a pen apparently.
Yeah, they have that too. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to wrap up the Conversation Romance podcast. We'll wrap up the live. We've been on this live for over an hour. And thank you very much for the likes. Thanks for hanging out, too, for as long as you did. Thanks, Dan, for coming out and hanging out. We'll get the cameras fixed up. I did have it set up before with that second desk with 2 cameras set up, and we changed it all. And you know what? Yeah, that's what happens. So thank you very much. I'd like to thank our sponsor, Absolutely No One. Thank you very much for hanging with us the whole time. And, man, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Good night, Amy. Take care, and we'll talk about that wax job later.